1. Man United set for payout from Anthony Elanga's transfer to Newcastle. 2. How Anthony Elanga's transfer solves Newcastle's right-wing problem. Premier League analysis. 3. Exclusive. Johan Bakayoko's potential move to Newcastle United. Inside track. 4. Newcastle seal Anthony Elanga signing from Nottingham Forest. 5. Newcastle signs Anthony Elanga for £52 million. Premier League star joins Magpies. 1. Man United set for payout from Anthony Elanga's transfer to Newcastle. The transfer saga surrounding Anthony Elanga is about to bring a significant financial boost to Manchester United, and this is where things get really interesting. Newcastle United have reportedly finalized a major agreement to bring the Nottingham Forest winger, Elanga, onto their squad, a move that will also benefit his former club, Manchester United, thanks to a well-negotiated clause in his previous transfer deal. Elanga's rise has been remarkable since his transfer from Manchester United to Nottingham Forest in 2023, a deal valued at £15 million, around $20.5 million. Over the past season, the Swedish winger has showcased his talents brilliantly, netting 6 goals and racking up 11 assists in the highly competitive Premier League. Earlier this summer, Newcastle tried to secure Elanga's signature with a £45 million, $61.4 million offer, which was turned down. However, they didn't give up. Now, they have come back with a more compelling proposal, reportedly close to £55 million, approximately $75.1 million, and according to multiple sources, Nottingham Forest has accepted the bid. Personal terms with Elanga are unlikely to pose any problems, and Newcastle are keen to complete the deal swiftly as they face competition from Aston Villa, who are also reportedly interested in the 23-year-old Swedish international. And here's the part most people miss. Manchester United inserted a clever sell-on clause when they negotiated Elanga's transfer 2 years ago. This clause entitles them to a percentage of the profit from any future transfer. While many reports estimate this cut at 15%, some sources suggest it could be as high as 20%. If that's the case, United could see themselves pocketing a substantial £8 million, about $10.9 million, from this deal, a tidy windfall that they certainly won't complain about. Newcastle's head coach, Eddie Howe, is a known admirer of Elanga and had attempted to bring him to St. James Park last summer but missed out. This time around, it looks like the Swedish winger is finally set to join Howe's squad. If this transfer is finalized, it will mark Newcastle's first signing of the summer, signaling their intent to bolster the team aggressively. Meanwhile, Manchester United could use the influx of cash to fuel their ongoing squad rebuilding efforts. They've already invested £62.5 million, $85.3 million, in Matheus Cunha, and securing Brian Bumo from Brentford could require a similar financial outlay. With these investments in mind, United are expected to prioritize player sales to generate additional funds for their transfer targets. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans and analysts might question whether Manchester United's decision to include such a high sell-on clause reflects savvy business or a sign that they were willing to cash in on a promising young player too soon. Did United miss an opportunity to keep Elanga longer? Or is this smart asset management? What do you think? Is this a win-win for all clubs involved? Or could it have been handled differently? Share your thoughts below. Stay updated with the latest transfer news and rumors from the world of soccer as this story develops. 2. How Anthony Elanga's transfer solves Newcastle's right-wing problem. Premier League analysis. Imagine the relief on Newcastle United's faces as they finally secure Anthony Elanga, ending a month-long roller coaster of negotiations that could have derailed at any moment. This isn't just a transfer, it's the culmination of a 3-year quest to find the perfect right-winger. Eddie Howe has had his eye on strengthening the right flank since summer 2022, well aware of Miguel Almiron's limitations, which eventually led to his departure to Atlanta in January. Almiron shone brightly during Newcastle's Champions League qualification season in 2023, much like Jacob Murphy did last season, propelling the club to their first domestic trophy in 70 years. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite the pressing need to bolster this position, Newcastle was handcuffed by profit and sustainability rules, limiting their options. This summer, however, they managed to ease those financial constraints. The thought of missing out on Elanga, especially after their pursuit. 3. Exclusive. Johan Bakayoko's potential move to Newcastle United. Inside track. In a move that could surprise many, Johan Bakayoko is now openly considered a potential transfer target for Newcastle United, sparking widespread curiosity and debate. This development highlights the club's ongoing quest to strengthen their squad, especially in the winger position, and raises important questions about the strategies and risks involved. But here's where it gets controversial. Could Bakayoko actually be the smart, cost-effective signing Newcastle needs? Or is this just another high-stakes gamble? Sources close to Football Insider have revealed insights into Newcastle's persistent interest in PSV's talented winger, Johan Bakayoko. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe reportedly views the Belgian international as an astute addition to their squad this summer. During a recent episode of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, senior journalist Pete O'Rourke laid out what his sources have shared about Newcastle's pursuit of Bakayoko. This summer, the Magpies faced setbacks in their attempts to land some of the more prominent right wingers they targeted. After their plans to sign Bryan Mbeumo fell through, who opted for a move to Manchester United, Newcastle shifted their focus to other options, including West Ham's Mohamed Kudus. For context, Mbeumo's move was a significant part of Newcastle's transfer plans, and his decision to join United left a gap they are eager to fill. Bakayoko has been on Howe's radar for a while, with initial plans to secure the player as early as January. At that time, PSV's valuation of £30 to £40 million was a sticking point, making the transfer financially complex. However, with Bakayoko's contract at PSV set to expire next year, and with the club having recently won the Eredivisie title by just a single point, the landscape has shifted. Football Insider sources suggest that if Newcastle present the right financial proposal, possibly a lower fee due to Bakayoko's looming contract expiry, the Belgian winger might be persuaded to move to St. James Park. Furthermore, Bakayoko's desire to compete at the highest levels remains a motivating factor. Despite PSV's success in clinching the league title and qualifying for the Champions League, Bakayoko is reportedly still tempted by the prospect of playing in Europe's premier competition. Interestingly, this isn't Newcastle's only connection to Bakayoko. Last year, reports indicated that Liverpool considered him a potential long-term replacement for Mohamed Salah, which underscores the player's perceived potential at the highest level. Yet, with Salah extending his contract for an additional 2 years, the Reds' interest has cooled, leaving the door open for other clubs. During the latest Inside Track episode, O'Rourke emphasized that Newcastle could rekindle their interest in Bakayoko, especially given their difficulties in signing other wingers this summer. He explained, Bakayoko might be open to a move if the terms are right. He's eager to test himself in top-tier competitions, and Newcastle, with their Champions League qualification, offers that opportunity. He added that Bakayoko's relatively lower transfer cost, since his contract is nearly up, makes him an especially appealing option for Eddie Howe's team, potentially representing a clever, budget-friendly signing. From a performance perspective, Bakayoko's recent goal contributions, 15 last season, may not compare to more prolific wingers like Mbeumo or Kudus. His stats highlight a mixed record, especially considering the track record of players transitioning from the Dutch league into the Premier League, which can sometimes be unpredictable. However, Newcastle's interest in Bakayoko isn't solely about goal tallies. The club sees potential in his playing style and versatility, which could translate into valuable contributions, especially with the club aiming to strengthen ahead of their European campaigns. In comparison, Kudus, who scored only 5 goals and provided 4 assists last season amid West Ham struggles, is projected to command over £60 million. By contrast, Bakayoko could be acquired for a more reasonable fee, potentially under what Mbeumo or Kudus might require, offering Newcastle a chance to get a high-upside player at a lower financial risk. With the club preparing for Champions League football and still having funds to invest, Eddie Howe appears confident in securing a smart signing that could benefit the team both immediately and in the long term. This transfer scenario underscores a broader debate about whether such calculated, cost-effective signings are the key to sustained success or whether they risk overestimating potential over proven quality. So, is Johan Bakayoko really the undervalued gem Newcastle needs? Or should the club aim higher and settle for nothing less than established stars? We invite you to share your thoughts. Do you agree with this strategic move, or do you see potential pitfalls? Let's start a conversation. What's your take on Newcastle's current transfer approach and their gamble on Bakayoko? 4. Newcastle seal Anthony Elanga signing from Nottingham Forest. After a relentless, year-long pursuit, Newcastle United have finally captured their top target. The Magpies have officially secured an agreement with Nottingham Forest to bring the electrifying winger, Anthony Elanga, to St. James Park. In a significant move for both clubs, a deal has been struck that will see Newcastle pay an initial fee of £52 million, $70.7 million. The agreement also includes additional bonus payments, though sources indicate these are tied to ambitious performance targets that are considered challenging to achieve. On the personal side, Elanga has already agreed to a 5-year contract, signaling a major long-term investment from Newcastle. The transfer is expected to move quickly from here. The 23-year-old Swedish international is scheduled to complete his medical examinations within the next 48 hours. If all goes to plan, he could be training with his new teammates before the end of the week. And this is the part that shows just how determined Newcastle were to get their man. This successful bid comes after a prolonged campaign to sign the player. As reported by The Athletic on July 3rd, Newcastle had recently intensified their efforts with a formal offer exceeding the £50 million, $68 million, mark, plus bonuses. That proposal followed a rejected bid back in June, where Forest turned down a £45 million, $61.2 million, offer for their prized asset. Newcastle's interest, however, dates back even further. In the summer of 2024, they attempted to structure a more complex deal valued at approximately £45 million. That package included an initial £30 million, $40.8 million, cash payment, the inclusion of Paraguayan winger Miguel Almiron in a player swap, who was valued at £5 million and has since joined Atlanta United, and 2 further potential installments of £5 million each. Forest held firm then, but Newcastle's persistence has now paid off. Elanga originally made the switch to Nottingham Forest from Manchester United in July 2023 and has since become a key figure, making 83 appearances for the club. And here's the part most people miss. As part of that original transfer, Manchester United shrewdly included a significant sell-on clause, meaning they are now due a substantial financial windfall from this deal. The forward's value skyrocketed last season after a stellar campaign where he featured in all 38 of Forest's Premier League matches. His contribution was immense, as he scored 6 goals and provided an impressive 11 assists, playing a pivotal role in the club's 7th-place finish and their qualification for the Conference League. But here's where it gets controversial. Is £52 million a justifiable fee for a 23-year-old with one truly outstanding season under his belt? While his pace, directness, and proven output are undeniable assets, the price tag places immense pressure on his young shoulders and will surely be a major talking point among fans and pundits alike. On the international stage, Elanga has also earned 22 caps for Sweden since his debut in 2022 at just 19 years old, most recently playing a full 90 minutes against Hungary in June. So, what's your take on this blockbuster transfer? Is Anthony Elanga the game-changing signing Newcastle needs to push for higher honors? Or is this a massive overpayment? And for Nottingham Forest, is this a brilliant piece of business, or a regrettable sale of a star player ahead of their European campaign? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. 5. Newcastle signs Anthony Elanga for £52 million. Premier League star joins Magpies. Anthony Elanga is set to join Newcastle United this summer, finalizing a significant transfer deal worth an estimated £52 million with Nottingham Forest. This move, confirmed on Wednesday following a medical examination, represents a major coup for the Magpies. But here's where it gets controversial. The agreement ultimately extends to a potential total value of £55 million, contingent upon the achievement of specific performance-related add-ons. This structure reflects Newcastle's strategic approach to player acquisitions, aiming to align rewards with on-field success. Elanga, a winger who impressed last season for Nottingham Forest, contributing 6 goals and 11 assists in the Premier League, a key factor in the club securing European football, is now poised to embark on a new chapter at St. James Park. He'll be joining a squad that's already bolstered by Antonio Cordero, a Spanish youngster acquired on a free transfer from Malaga, though the 18-year-old is slated for a loan spell to gain valuable experience. Newcastle's pursuit of Elanga comes amidst a broader summer strategy, as outlined by Sky Sports News' Keith Downey. The club is actively seeking a replacement for departing striker Callum Wilson, who has officially joined another club, and is also exploring options for a right-sided defender and a new striker to complement Alexander Isak. Furthermore, discussions with Burnley regarding goalkeeper James Trafford are ongoing, with the young shot-stopper considered a priority target. Simultaneously, Leeds United are attempting to secure the services of midfielder Sean Longstaff, having made an initial bid of £10 million plus £2 million in add-ons, though their offer appears to be met with resistance. Sky Sports' William Bairai highlights Elanga's ambition, noting his dedication during preseason training and his impressive goal contributions. He emphasized Elanga's breakout season at Nottingham Forest, transforming into a crucial counter-attacking threat and adding a significant dimension to the team's attack. It's a testament to his growth and a potential regret for Manchester United, who released him in 2023, though Elanga's decision to move to Newcastle is unlikely to be one he'll question. Wilson's farewell message to Newcastle fans expressed gratitude for the memories created during his time at the club, acknowledging the highs and lows experienced together. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest has secured a new contract for Ola Aina, extending his stay with the club until 2028, demonstrating their commitment to retaining key players. Looking ahead, Sky Sports will be broadcasting a substantial 215 Premier League games next season, representing an 80% share of televised matches, showcasing their continued commitment to providing comprehensive football coverage. Do you agree that Newcastle's investment in Elanga is a shrewd move, strategically addressing their squad needs? Or do you believe they should have prioritized other areas of the team? Share your thoughts in the comments below.